Hey gang, Kevin here with a brief tutorial about creating charts in Excel. As I mentioned in class, Excel is a great tool to have a little awareness of because it gets used in the winery all the time. So let's jump into it. I've got on the screen the fermentation log from fall of 2014. So you'll see that we've identified the variety, the vineyard block, the date we harvested, etc. Normally we'd have Brix and pH and TA filled in for your measurements at harvest, but they didn't make it on this spreadsheet. We do have, however, below our fermentation log data. So we've got date, we've got time, the measurement of the Brix was taken, of course temperature, and then Brix. And we want to create a chart showing the fermentation curve. So to start, highlight the date column, and then hit the control key, and that will allow you to, and hold the control key down. That will allow you to highlight the Brix column as well, because it's those two columns we want on our chart. Then we go up to the top to the Insert menu. If you click on Insert, you'll see a bunch of recommended charts here. And the one that I recommend people use is you go to this Scatter, you pull down the Scatter chart options, and click on the one that has a line connecting the scatter dots. And you'll see Excel will put up on the screen, depending on your version of Excel, but newer versions will actually put up an example on the screen of what the fermentation curve is going to look like. So it looks pretty good. We've got some fixes to make on the chart, but go ahead and click on that, and that'll insert the fermentation chart right in your worksheet, in your Excel worksheet. So you can click on that, you can drag it around. What I like to do is actually put that on its own worksheet so that the chart is bigger. And the way you do that is if you go up here to the menu, now that the chart is highlighted, and if you ever lose the chart tools, just highlight the chart. So if you watch up above, if I click away from the chart tools disappear up above. If I click on the chart again, the chart tools come back. So up here, up at the top here, highlighted in green. So I want to go up to the chart tools format under the design tab, and I'll go over here and just say move chart location. So that's over here on the far right. I'm highlighting it. It's coming up in green now. Click on that, and it gives me an option to either keep the chart in this particular worksheet, and you'll see it's as it would be as an object in QA23. QA23 refers to the name of the worksheet, which you'll see down here at the bottom of the screen. See QA23, that tab at the bottom is highlighted. I've got the mouse, the cursor on it right now. So that's one option, but we already have it as an object in that spreadsheet. What I want to do is move it to its own sheet. So I'll click on this option here, New Sheet, hit OK, and it comes up in a new sheet. So it gives me some more room to look at this. So now I can format it a little bit. And one of the most important things on a chart, the most important items are the axis titles, so you know what units you're looking at. So over here on the y-axis we have the degrees Brix, but we don't know what those numbers represent. It doesn't tell us anywhere it's degrees Brix. So what you can do is go up to the chart tools menu items up above and click on format. And then what I want to do is I want to click on the y-axis. So if I mouse over it, see it comes up and says vertical axis. If I click on that, it'll highlight that whole axis. Now if I go up to the top under the format tab, see where it says format selection over on the left. I've got the cursor over it now and it's highlighted in green. Click on that, and that gives you some options. And one of the options it gives you is to see, find where our, oh, you know what, I went to the wrong spot actually. Well, here's what we want to do. We want to, let's get out of this. We go back to the design tab up above and see where it says add chart element. So my cursor's over that now. Click on that and go to axis titles and go primary vertical axis. I click on that and you see now I've got an axis title in there with a default title. And while it's highlighted, if I just type in degrees bricks, hit enter, now it changes the title. All right, so that looks good. We've got the units on the axis, so we know what it is we're looking at. Can't see them very well because the font is so small. So to change that, I go up to the top again and click on the Home tab, and that gives me the font options. So while the degrees bricks axis title is highlighted, if I go to font, I can increase the font up here by hitting the increase font size button. So I'll just do that a few times until it gets nice and big so it's easy to read. I think I'm going to bold that, so I'll hit the bold icon here too, and now I'm pretty happy with that. Now the numbers are still pretty small, so I'll click on the numbers and I'll do the same thing, and I'll make those bold, and the font size, I'd like to get it the same as the degrees bricks, so the font size for the numbers is now 14. Let me click on degrees bricks. Oh, it's 20. Font size is 20 up here at the top, up where my cursor is showing you there at the top. So I'm going to click on the numbers again and increase the font size up to 20 so it's equal to the title of the axis. All right, so that looks good. Now our x-axis that has the dates, we don't need a title because it's apparent that we're looking at dates. So we just want to format that. So let's make it bigger. Let's make it 20 again, and I'll bold it. Oh, and that looks terrible. All right, so now we've got overlapping dates. So what do we do there? Well, we can click on font again and find that's the wrong place. So I'm closing that. I'm going to click on, okay, I've got that x-axis highlighted. I'm going to click on design, or the chart tools, rather format, not design. Click on format selection, and this is going to give me a chance, if I click on these different options on the right over here, there we go, there's alignment. So vertical alignment. So now it's middle center, text direction is horizontal. Let me change that, rotate the text so it is vertical, and now we can see it. So so now we're good. Now we can't see it on the screen here, so I am going to try to shrink the size of this just a bit. Click on zoom, and let's go down to 75%. Okay, now we can see, well, now we still see that the dates are actually off the chart. Now how do we fix that? Click on the chart itself. So click somewhere in the middle of the chart, and then it gives you handles for changing the chart size. So I'll drag those up, and now my dates are all on the chart, so I can see everything. So that looks pretty good. My title I don't like because it's short, doesn't tell us anything really, and the font is wrong. So I'll highlight the title of the chart, go back home, increase the font size up to 20. Well, let's go 20. Let's go 24. So it's a little bigger than our axes, and I'll bold that. And while bricks is highlighted, again, I can just type in my new title. So let me call this fermentation curve, or you can call it fermentation progress, or whatever you want. And I'm going to add in, this is our Sauvignon Blanc, if I can spell, Sauvignon Blanc Experiment, Wine 3, Fall, Spring 2015. And that would be for you guys. The data I'm looking at, of course, is fall 2014. In fact, I probably should make it fall 2014 so we don't confuse anybody who looks at this in the future. And then I just hit enter, and now I've got a, just actually escape out of that or click elsewhere, and then I've got a title. Look how the title overlaps the body of the chart. So again, to fix that, I click on the chart somewhere, click on the body of the chart, the main part of the chart there, and then I have these handles up here, so I can grab a handle and drag that chart down, and now my chart and my title are not overlapping. So that looks pretty good. Those are really the basics. So if you can go ahead and create a chart like that for the fermentation log, you'll be in pretty good shape. Be sure you save it, of course, and I will send you a PDF of this chart so you'll have that as well. If you have questions, shoot me a text. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in class.